Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel and welcome to my very first book review video. So I uploaded a video a little while ago. It was a charity shop haul and I'd picked up a ton of books really cheap, and I got so many comments on that video from members of the craft community who absolutely love reading, and I didn't quite realise just how many of us have reading as a hobby. So I've decided on the first of every month to put up a video all about the books I've read the month previous, and just to kind of tell you if they're ones I would recommend, if they're ones that I wouldn't, and just to kind of share that with you. If you want to join in with that, then comment, email, just let me know and we'll sort something out. Anyway, I'm going to whiz through these quickly. This first book here, I've cheated slightly. I did not read this in March. I read this a little while ago, but it's just been given back to me because I lent it out to a friend. It was bought for me by a parent last year at the end of the school year. She'd seen it was about a teacher. She thought I'd be interested in it. We talked about reading a lot. She knew I was an avid reader. This one here, I'm going to just let you read the blurbs. I'm not going to read them out to you. I did enjoy this. It frustrated me as a teacher. It frustrated me so much reading the book because, I mean, you can tell like school should have been the safest place. This kid is not safe. There is something wrong, but throughout the book you just cannot put your finger on it. And I don't want to obviously give anything away about the ending, but you will be shocked. It just was, as it says here, full of twists and turns. It was just an amazing book. So that one I would actually really recommend. Then I'm going to just show you a couple on the iPad for a minute, because I have actually lent a couple of books out to one of the other teachers while the schools are shut. Our Song was one of the books that I picked up in that charity shop haul. I loved this one. This one's called He's the Love of Her Life, He's Your Husband. I laughed, I cried, I enjoyed every single second of this book, and I just couldn't put it down. I've read it in about 2 days. This one 100% would recommend, and I'm so happy that this only cost me 50p. As I say, I've lent this out to a friend, which is why I'm showing you on here. Then I read this one here, Saving Willowbrook. This was another one that I got in the charity shop, cost me 50p. It was alright, I'm not going to lie. It was not one that I loved. It was a nice storyline. It was a nice, easy read. Happy it only cost me 50p. There were a lot of spelling mistakes and grammar mistakes in this book, and that really frustrates me. It's my job to correct those in children's work, and I hate a published piece of work that has those kinds of things in it. I know that's probably personal to me. I am quite picky about things like that. But if somebody's gone to the trouble of publishing a book, it needs to have been edited properly. And there was a bit in the book where 1 minute it's Friday and then it's Sunday, then it's Saturday, and then you couldn't even work out what day of the week it was because it just didn't make sense, and it just really frustrated me. But the storyline was quite nice. Found the ending built up and just fell flat. So if you see this and it's cheap, I wouldn't say don't read it, but it's definitely not one I would say go out and buy. Then I read this one here. Oh no, I didn't, sorry, I lie. This one, Blood Sisters. I bought this ages ago. I bought it in Asda, and I think I paid full price for this, or when they do like the buy one get one half price. I did really enjoy this one actually. It kept me on my toes throughout the book, and every time I thought I'd worked something out, I was wrong, but I was right. It was really clever, and every time you think, oh yeah, okay, we've got to the bottom of that, then there's something else that it drops in. I thought this was really well written. There's different storylines kind of interwoven, and yeah, I would definitely recommend this one. But this one here is my favourite. So Isabel Broom is an author that I absolutely love. This was her debut book. This is not the first one of hers that I read. The first one I read of hers was this one here, The Place We Met. I absolutely fell in love with this book, and I have read it so many times. I've currently lent this to my friend. It's set in Lake Como in Italy, and I just absolutely love this story. I then read this one by her, which is called A Year and a Day. It was a really good book, but it had some similarities to a previous relationship that I had, and it made me a little bit uncomfortable when I read through it. There were some similarities with one of the couples in this story to the relationship I've had in the past, and as much as I enjoyed the book, it wasn't something that I'd want to read again. So this one I donated. I'd bought it brand new. I donated it to my local charity shop. This one, as I say, I've kept. I would read this all of the time. I then read this one, My Map of You, and I loved it as well. Because I've read a couple of her books now, I did kind of see a couple of the twists coming. There was one twist that I quite early on thought, I bet this is going to happen, and then I was a little bit disappointed at the end in some ways that I'd guessed that early on, but I think that was just because I read so much and because I've read a lot of her books. I kind of knew where she was leading the story, maybe. But definitely, this is such a lovely romance book. This was, as I say, her first book. It was set in Zakynthos. The Year and a Day one was set in Prague, by the way, if you're interested in that one. But I would definitely recommend Isabel Broom as an author if you like not necessarily love stories, but definitely romance. So I'm going to have to stop here because my battery is, my memory is very, very short. I hope you enjoyed that video. Please give me a thumbs up and a comment below, and I'll see you all again soon. And if you want to join in these kinds of videos, just give me a message and we'll sort something out. See you, everybody. Bye bye.